If I were to ask you, who are you? What would you say? You might give me your name, your job title, or perhaps your ethnicity. But are those things you, or are they just labels that have been stuck onto you like a luggage tax at an airport? I'm Dr. Suk Kim. On paper, I'm a biblical scholar, a New Testament scholar. I'm a professor. I'm a Korean American. I'm a US citizen. But as I move through the different chapters of my life, I've realized something crucial. Identity is often an illusion. It is construction. And if you don't construct it yourself, the world will gladly do it for you. It wasn't a straight line. I was born and raised in South Korea. Then I moved to America for higher education. But before I became a scholar, I was a businessman. I worked for a Korean company that sent me to Panama and then to Miami later. I lived the life of a logistics, trade, and the corporate goals. Then I made a radical shift. I chose a second career in theology and biblical studies. Now when people look at me, they see the biblical scholar or the Korean American academic. But does Korean American explain the years I spent in Panama or elsewhere? Does it explain the way my business background informs how I read ancient texts? No, those labels are flat. They are just one-dimensional. My identity is mixed in many different ways. It is engaged. It's also multicultural. I'm not just a sum of my degrees or experiences or my origins. I am who I am. I may be more than what I am. That's my thinking. Illusion regarding identity. We think that by naming something, we understand it. But a label is merely a perspective. If you call me a Korean American, you are using a social shorthand. Labels are temporary. They are interpretations. When people put a label on me, they aren't describing me. They are describing their own perception of people like me. I often tell my students, don't judge me based on what you think you know about me, because I'm always more than what you can describe. You know what? Sometimes even I don't know what I am. And you, my students, my viewers, are more than what I can describe too. We all are unique beings and precious. We often look at people who look like us or think like us and assume we are the same, but that's an illusion. That is surface level commonality. There's a shared culture there, certainly. We might share a language, certain foods, or historical touchstones, many more. But that is only a small fraction of who we are. Beyond that fraction, we may share nothing at all. We may disagree on what good life looks like. We may have different definitions of justice. We may have entirely different ways of navigating the world. If we rely on identity politics, we find ourselves in a helpful but limited space. Identity politics can give a voice to the marginalized, but its limit is the same as the label. It assumes a monolith. It assumes that because we share a category, we share a soul, but we don't. But we don't. We are individuals who must construct our own unique meaning and being. That's really important for me. My main point, identity is a construction. Identity is a construction. It's not something you are born with, and it is not something granted to you by a government or social group. It must be your own construction, your own life. You are the subject of your life. In my own life, I had to bridge the gap between being a Korean businessman and American theologian. I had to decide how those pieces fit together. I didn't want to be just a Korean scholar or just a former businessman. I wanted to be myself. Myself. When you realize that your identity is a construction, you gain a certain kind of freedom. Your freedom. You construct yourself with your freedom. You stop trying to fit into the box others have built for you. You realize that you have the agency to decide what's important. You are the agency. You determine yourself. You decide what justice means. You can discern and activate your soul to do your decisions. You decide what a good life entails. That's the point that I'm emphasizing again and again. Challenges to you is twofold. My challenge to you is twofold. The first, look at your own identity. Your and how much was handed to you by others. What do you think about yourself? Are you living inside a label, or are you building a life based on your own thinking and decision and perspective? Second, look at others, your neighbors, your colleagues, your students, any others. Remember that they are more than the descriptions you have placed on them. They are not the same just because they look similar or belong to the same group. Never think that way. Identity is not a destination, it's a process. I'm Dr. Suk Kim. I'm a scholar, I'm a traveler, I'm a seeker of a truth, a citizen, and so forth. Many more things are attached to me. But above all, I am that I am. Nobody can sufficiently describe me or explain me. I am who I am, a work in progress. Even I don't know and all things about me. I'm evolving, progressing, and growing, constructed by my own hands and my own faith and soul. This is all I have. But thank you for joining me. Let's stop looking at the labels and start looking at the people freshly. God bless you. I'll see you next time with another video.